You should never look to what you do to prove that that's how you know God. Even if it says if you're the righteous bear fruit, right? You're righteous people, right? You see the fruits of that in their life, right? But you shouldn't start naming off like a checklist of things that you do, right? That this is how I know God, right? I do this, I rest on this day, I do this, I do this. To me, that just sounds a lot like the people that say, did I not do all this in your name, Lord? And in your name cast out many devils, right? And then he says, depart from me. That sounds a lot like that. It kind of gives that to me. When people ask me, how would I explain my relationship with God, or how do I know God? I tell them, I believe him. I believe he is who he says he is. I believe what he says. I'm fully convinced, right? And that led to experiences, right? And I'm confident in the messages and the lessons I learned from those experiences, right? That only increased my faith more, right? And it changed the way I see life. It changed the way I think, the way I believe, right? And it changed who I am as a whole as a result of that. It changed how I treat people, how I look at people, how I treat and look at myself. And in every turn, I see that as reliable. And all these other sources, right, that try to discredit God, right? All these other platforms, science, all this stuff, right? I see God more in those things now. I see that as more proving that God exists than I do anything, right? Than I do as disproving him. They said, what shall we do, right? They told Jesus, what shall we do that we may do the works of God, right? He said, believe on the one whom he sent. He's talking about himself. He's saying, believe on the message concerning me, right? Believe in my message. Believe in my plan for redemption. Believe that you need to be redeemed. Believe that you do need to repent, right? Because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Believe in my promises. Believe in my warnings. And really what he's saying is open your eyes and see that I am true, right? That everything I say is truth. What are you trying to debunk, right? What are you running from? What are you confused about? Put my word to the test. Put it under a microscope and examine. Who is it that's trying to make you afraid? Where do burdens from life come from, right? Do they come from listening to me? Or they come from listening to the world and doing things according to your own understanding, doing things how you want to do them? Because you can't blame hypocrites. You cannot blame structured religion as to why you did not seek me, right? I am not a religion, right? I am the one, right? I am that I am. And I look for and listen to the intent of the heart, right? The yearnings of the heart, the soul, the spirit. I am everywhere and in everything. When you cry, I am there. When you're hurting, I am there, right? You seek vices in people more than you seek me. You know, true belief leads to works. Those works are a result of a transformed heart. So belief gets you in, right? Belief carries you through.